you can't do this. Gold lane?
Gold lane Masha.
Or is this like a dupe? Are they going to rope-a-dope us and then switch it right before?
We'll find out in a few seconds here, but
Masha?
that's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. I don't know if why not predicted that to happen.
Okay.
And there it is. It's locked in. Keller's on gold lane Masha.
Gold lane? When was the last time we saw it on gold? I can't tell you.
Honestly, a hot minute. Last time we saw it was on Rome.
Yeah. I have vivid memories of Renegade popping somebody on a Beatrix.
He was on a different team as well.
I think it was on plane, yeah.
There it is. Oh my goodness. Game number 3, boys. Let's go.
Well, you know, buckle in because, I don't know, with these lineups, man, maybe this is going to be another cinematic Game 3. I hope so. I hope after what we just went through in Game 2, we get something similar for Game number 3. The decisive one if, once again, FNOP is going to keep their streak alive and make history here, or if Smart Omega is going to be the first team to go ahead and give them their first match loss. Now, I got to say, Ingan, we got to talk about this. Gold lane Masha on Kelra. What do you think?
At this point, I'm not surprised. You're going up against Omega.
You're not surprised?
I'm not. This is Kelra, the gold standard, the Filipino savage. I mean, what else can you expect from this man? If he's going to rock the Masha gold lane, he's going to rock it because he knows his capabilities. And again, he wants to dominate, especially in the early game. And, you know, at this point, let's just watch.
Accept it.
I just accepted the fate of this game.
You know, sometimes.
This is Kelra.
Hey, you know, once in a while, you are just, sometimes when we're commentating, you're like, man, you know what? When stuff like this happens, you're like, I just want to watch this, you know? But we get to watch it, commentate it, and see exactly how Kelra makes this work. Now, the other side, Smart Omega, what they were able to do last game, had a lot to do with the fact that it was Chaknu on this Rome Khalid again and Ryota on that Cho in the XP lane. So they kind of emulated with that. Now, some of the difference here is, yes, you still have Andoru on a scaling assassin in the jungle that can go up. We see Hayabusa so much now. That's paired up against the matchup against King Kong in the Ling that he has. But also, even with this, Jome on the Melissa, this could play a part in the long game where, you know, having this more traditional gold lane ranged hero in comparison to Kelra on a Masha, but we all have to remember what Masha can do, especially when you start getting, you know, stacked up on items. The thunderclaps get a little crazy and everything else, especially with some of the resets that come through with the way that the health works and everything else. So that could all be part of the plan here for Fnatic on the Philippines. And I also love the fact that they are testing the waters, testing the limits, and still bringing out new heroes even in Week 8, Day 2.
You know, we've seen Kelra, game number 2, rock the Bruno, where he wasn't activated early on. He was just really pushing. But Ryota with a kick might be able to bring down Brusco. He pops his Revitalize, but here comes the Lantern Flare coming in from Ukir. And Adori draws the first blood. Now counterattack coming in from Kirk, though. He might be able to escape, but Ryota once again with a Jit Kondu stun. Here comes Super Prince, having his own Raging Sandstorm to bring down Ryota. A pull coming in from Kirk as he falls down. But Fanatic Onic won't engage anymore.
They're not going to get engaged anymore. Super Prince did pick up a kill himself. Smart Omega definitely coming out with a victory on that one. Should be able to get this turtle too. It looks like Endoro will secure that with the retribution. So Smart Omega furthering the positivity out of that last skirmish and building up on the momentum. You know, that's the whole thing that we were mentioning even in the previous game. You build up on that. For Smart Omega this time around, though, with the lineup that they have, there's a kick again.
Here comes the kick onto King Kong, but King Kong evades that potential death. And now the pressure is here, coming in from Chaknu with the Raging Sandstorm once again as Zandori tries to go for Super Prince with a Quad Shadow plus the Shurikens. And again, the story of this matchup, unconventional picks at the gold lane. Here comes Kelra with the House Shock as well. But here comes Jome Answers with the Needles. Chaknu, okay. Chaknu has the Desert Tornado. Going right after Kelra. 1 life bar left for the gold standard as Brusco waits patiently in the brush.
Brusco's there to help him out if he needs it, holding on to the Revitalize as well. But Kelra's going to be fine for now. And again, that's something that, you know, Jome's going to have to be cautious of. Here they fighting it out again.
They want to go right after Kelra as Jome, though. Here comes the Thunderclap, but Chaknu makes sure. Oh, and Jome also falls down. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade for the gold laners. King Kong is not going to be able to bring down Shaknu, but here comes the Lantern Flare plus the Jit Kondu Way of the Dragon from Ryota. Brusco pops his glorious pathway, but the Lantern Flare is there to make sure there's no escape.
Man, that's got to be a feels bad, man. You drop down the glorious pathway to escape, and then Ukir is just like, nope.
Nope.
I'm bringing you back. You're off your pathway now, you know? So, and that's part of the way that this is going to work with the lineup here. You can kind of continue to use that to your favor. So you see this too, you know, first item for Kelra does pick up that Blade of Heptasis. So he has that available. This is, you know, at this point, his burst potential is going to be a threat to Jome. Jome should be mostly fine, though, again, even with the go away from me. So still mid lane going to be the focus for both these teams, where the gold laners just trying to farm up what they can. Turtle's coming up, though. So now with the lead that Smart Omega has, good, comfortable, you know, 1K plus lead. FNOB wants to fight this out, turn things in their favor if they can, and it all starts with their initiations that they have here. Brusco still has Revitalize. He still has Glorious Pathway. Who's going to initiate this one first? Almost half health here as Turtle's being held on from Ryota.
Okay, Ryota forces to use that kick. Here comes the Glorious Pathway as Brusco runs after Andoryu. Chakno enters in with the Raging Sandstorm onto Kirk. Will they be able to burst him down as Andoryu still gets the turtle? Now they might be able to take more with them as they're trying to chase right after Kirk as Ryota brings him down. Here comes Tempest of Blade coming in from King Kong as he trades for Ryota. Here comes the Lantern Flare once again picking up Brusco, but onto the backline Super Friends working on Shaknu. That's going to be a 1-for-2 trade as Omega gets the turtle.
Yeah, and that was Jome 1v1 in Kelra, by the way. So meanwhile that happened, they had another face-off, 1v1 in the gold lane, and Jome wins that one. So FNOP still looking for some type of equalizer for them right now, but really it's Smart Omega just winning these fights, winning these skirmishes, and hell, even Andoryu out Retribution King Kong, you know, on these objectives.
I just love how they're putting a lot of pressure onto the gold standard as Jome pops his Inspire as well with the go away, but here comes Kirk trying to work on Andoryu as Andoryu gets the orange buff, now depriving King Kong of his much needed buffs as he works on the bottom lane turret as well. Might be able to take down the turret. And now what I like about what Omega's doing is they're giving Fanatic Onic a taste of their own medicine. Super Friends, you played Juicin twice in a row. Now it's my time. Now you feel our pain, especially for the frontliners, Brusco.
It's funny though, because Super Prince is still kind of playing Jushin.
Yeah, he has the Valentina. But he's not the OG.
He's not the OG, but he's at least got the ultimate. You know, at least he can pop the beacon there and then use it from there. Mid lane.
Again, an aggressive play coming in from Ryota, paired up with the Raging Sandstorm, and here comes Kirk. He's gonna fall down in the hands of Andoryu. Azukir pops his Crimson Beacon once again, picking up Brusco with the Lantern Flare. Are they going to be able to take him down? But again, a Jeet Kondu combination, but Brusco manages to stay alive. He pops his Revitalize, and that was a 1-for-none trade as Kirk falls down.
Yeah, man. Super Friends didn't want to use the ultimate at all. So they're trying to hold down the mid lane. Some trading happened across the map. Tier 2 worked on. Whoa, deep in the mid lane.
Whoa! In too deep. Super Friends has to walk away as Omega gets a mid lane turret, as well as Jome into the bottom lane, setting themselves up perfectly for this final turtle take.
Again, you got to give it up to Smart Omega. They are playing everything perfectly right now, and they're going to take this objective again. Andoryu getting the 3-for-3 on the turtles, and they're finding every single angle.
Okay, they're going to get the pull onto Chaknu, and Kelra picks up a kill onto his former teammate. Here comes Jome to go away, plus the Inspire. Weaky Shadow Kill coming in from Andoryu.
Having a hell of a game. Super Friends, half health. He's forced way back to the turret, but man, FNOP's got to come up with something to deal and stop with Andoryu. He is snowballing out of control here. 6-0 on the Hayabusa. He did get the Sky Piercer earlier on too, so he's got some stacks there. Does get his purple. It was an attempt from King Kong, not going to get it. And you know, he's got the Blade of Hephaestus, he's got that Hunter Strike too. He has enough damage here to just wreak havoc on FNOP.
Speaking of wrecking havoc, Chaknu has been the pinnacle of disruptions for Omega. Still only one death despite his over-aggressive plays in the jungle of the Sonics. Again, he has the luxury to do that because one quick Sand Guard can make him reset and re-engage once again. He's not even afraid to go up against 2 or 3 members of the Sonics as Andoryu here, as well as King Kong here, tries to make a play down bottom. So we might see a 1v1 between the 2 junglers. Looking at the bottom lane, I believe the Weaky Shadow Kill was casted, but King Kong will eventually evade that.
Yeah, you saw that. Shadow Kill was used. King Kong's going to be fine. Does take some more damage. He has to get back to base. Chakno is on the hunt.
Okay, here comes the sandwich play from Chaknu. But Kellera with 3 life bars, unbothered. Okay, now when will this mashup pick activate or make sense for Fnatic Onic? Will it be towards the late games wherein one Thunderclap can burst down Chome? Or will it even reach the late game for Fnatic Onic?
Yeah, that's the question. They're going to have to get to the late game for Fanatic Onic Philippines. They can buy themselves some time. Honestly, they can even give up this first Lord if they don't want to go ahead and, you know, take that risk of fighting it out. If they fight it out at this point, being down 6,000 gold, you most likely not going to come out the victor, you know? So Brusco's getting the information they need. You have King Kong there on the top side, half health of the Lord here. They're going to force a fight.
A beautiful kick coming in from Ryota onto Kirk as Andoryu once again bursts him down. The next target is going to be Brusco though. Despite the glorious pathway, he's not going to be fast enough to evade that. And 3 members of Fnatic Onic are scattering as King Kong tries to go for a Lord steal, but you know, at this point, a 6.6k gold lead for Omega, they're just really dominating the game.
That's what I was saying, man. Like, you know, FNOP, they might want to go ahead and just give that Lord up. Instead, they end up giving 2 kills to Smart Omega on, you know, not getting anything out of it, really. So it's just, you're in a situation now where Smart Omega massively in control of the game. They're going to go in with this first Lord push and most likely, you know, knock onto these base turrets of FNOP. Possibly even maybe get one if they're able to. Now, that's the thing you asked earlier. When does this Masha gold lane pick pay off? Well, it might be a little bit too late for that if they don't figure something out quick. They really have to also just deal with Andoryu as he picks up the BOD. He's got that bladed spare now. Tier 2 turrets are going to fall here, and the Lord making its way. Waves all pushed in together. Synchronized and FNOP now on the defense, looking at their clear here. Super Prince holding on to the Sandstorm herself. All the shields are going to be popping here. They're going to try to hold on the best they can.
All the way from the back line is Chakno. He might get bursted down here as Kellera picks up the kill. Here comes the counterattack coming in from Fnatic. Glorious Pathway will be casted as well. But looking at Joe with the go away, the needles are just too much to handle. Another knockout coming in from Ryota plus the kick onto Kirk. They're going to bring him down. The streak hangs in the balance. Here comes the Raging Sandstorm. A double kill though. A shutdown for King Kong. But the streak! The streak has finally ended in the hands of Barangay